All right, everyone, let's get started. My name is Dr. Janet Rourke. I am a veterinarian in Austin, Texas, and I'm the Essential Oil Vet on Facebook. So I'm really excited tonight to talk to you about growing your essential oil business online. It's something that I've been doing for a while, and I've been had some success with it, and I thought I would just share that with you for free. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second. All right. Share screen. I love Zoom. It's so awesome. Gotta love technology, right? All right. So today we're going to be talking about growing your essential oil business online. Who's excited about that? Specifically, our agenda for tonight is we're going to talk about a few things like, is growing a business online really for you? We're going to go over some questions to ask and answer before you really get started launching your online business. And we're going to talk a little bit about developing your brand and what that means. We're going to talk about tracking your leads, how to generate new leads, who's excited about that one, and following up with those leads that you get from online. It can be a little bit different, right? So first off, we're going to talk about, is growing your business online for you specifically? So growing your business online, your essential oils business in particular, is going to be for you if maybe you're having trouble finding new people to talk to. Maybe you've worn out your warm market and you've asked all your friends and family for all their referrals multiple times, and they're now avoiding your phone calls. Maybe you're just tired of bugging your friends and family, or you don't want to alienate them, and you really want to, spend more time with them authentically. Then growing your business online is for you. Maybe you have been doing the in-person stuff for a while, and you feel guilty about leaving your family to drive 2 hours to a class with 2 or 3 people, or even worse, you drive that far and no one shows to your class. Anybody have any no-shows? I am one of them. Yep. And or maybe on the flip side, you just really like working on the computer and sharing online. Or maybe you're really good at technology, or at least willing to learn. If you're not good at technology, don't worry, you can still do it, because that's me too. Maybe you don't mind doing the work to get started for something that will last. Then growing your business online might be for you. Maybe you just want to help people outside your local area and you want to be able to reach a little bit further. Or you have a lot of friends and family that can use essential oils or need essential oils or want essential oils, and you can't go do an in-person class for them. Then growing your business online is for you. Now, it might not be for you if you are just wanting to post stuff all the time and spend all your time on Canva building graphics, or you don't really want to, you think you want to just post all the time, and you want it to do all the work for you. You don't want to spend a ton of time setting up a system that will really work. Then growing a business online is not for you. There is work involved. Okay, this is not just like an automatic thing, although I will give you some tips and hints to make it go a little bit easier and more smoothly. And there's some really great systems for that too. And I'm going to share those with you tonight. So once you've answered that question, is it for you? Let me know. Go ahead and post in the comments what if it's for you or not. And if it's not for you, that's okay. You can always leave. But if it is for you, I've got some great tips for you tonight. Okay. Let's see if I can get my thing to go. All right, maybe you're thinking, Dr. Janet Rourke, why should I listen to you about this? What the heck do you know about online marketing? You're a veterinarian. Well, I have grown my Facebook page, my business Facebook page, which is the Essential Oil of Vet, Dr. Janet Rourke, to over 84,000 followers, and it is growing every single day. I have about 50 to 150 new likes daily on Facebook, and most of that is pretty organic. So I'm pretty happy about that. Also, a little bit about me. I have spent literally thousands of dollars on online marketing training, learning about attraction marketing, figuring out how to do this online, and I'm really excited to share what I've learned with you. Now, I can't share everything with you. Obviously, I've done hundreds of hours of training, and I can't, comprehensively go over that in a 30-minute webinar, but I'll share with you some tips. A little bit more, more than 50% of my team actually found me online. I didn't have to go out and search for people. They found me and they wanted to work with me and they wanted to join my essential oils team. Now, how cool would that be if people were just like, yes, I want to work with you. And you're just like, you just open up your email one day or your Facebook page and you got a message from someone who you don't even know who wants to work with you. Wouldn't that make life so much easier? Or at least better? And then you're working with someone who authentically wants to work with you instead of you trying to find someone who wants to build and you're pulling them uphill constantly, right? I know you guys struggle with that. Okay, so I'm also learning as I go. So I'm not gonna tell you I'm a guru about online marketing or that I know everything about online marketing because I don't. I'm learning as I go, but I am willing to share what I've learned with you. And I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I made. I want to save you guys a little bit of money. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did, and I want you, that way you'll be able to start ahead of the game. So I finally decided I would do this course or this webinar because I felt like I needed to share this with you guys. So let's get into some pre-gaming, so to speak, right? There's some questions that you need to ask before you get started really launching your online business. And I want you guys to take this really seriously. If you don't have these questions answered already, then you need to really take some time and delve into it and figure out what the answers are for you. This is going to be very individualized for each person in here. So let's go ahead and get started with the questions you need to ask before you get started, okay? So the big question is, what is your why? Now, all of you guys have heard this before. If you've done any kind of training about essential oils or running an essential oil business, this is something that everyone talks about. What is your why? And this is important, guys, and we're not going to delve into that on this training. There's tons of trainings about your why and your mindset and all of that stuff, and I don't have time to get into that today. But I do want you to go into figuring out what your why is, and it might be simple. It might be as simple as, hey, I just want to get out of debt. I want to pay off a couple of credit cards. Or maybe it's significant. Maybe you want to help more missionaries. You want to have enough money to be able to give to people in need. It could be anything. Maybe you want to have a little nest egg for your kids, or start putting into their college fund a little bit more. It could be anything. So figure out what your why is. Write it down. Make sure you have it somewhere, because it's good to reflect on when you're having some down days, or you're struggling, or maybe you just spent $50 on a Facebook ad and 0 clicks. You just gave Mark Zuckerberg a whole bunch of money and you didn't have any results, which sometimes happens. So if you're having a bad day, it's good to go back to your why, to remind yourself why you're doing it still, to help motivate you back into action. Okay, so that's the first one. What's your why? Now this one is probably the most important when you're talking about online marketing. There's two who questions. So there's two who questions and they're equally as important. The first one is, who are you? So you really need to think about, who are you? What is your identity? What are you an expert at? What have you lived through? Why should people come to you as opposed to someone else who is selling essential oils? Think through this. Think about who you are. For me, it was pretty easy. I'm a veterinarian. I sell essential oils. I'm the essential oil vet, right? I am really good at talking to people about using essential oils with animals. And so that's kind of my identity, and that's my identity online as well, right? So think about who you are. Who are you? What have you been through? Maybe you had an experience with a chronic digestive issue that you were able to solve because of essential oils. And maybe that should be your identity, because people who also have that struggle are going to be attracted to you. They're going to want the answer that you have. They have a problem, you have a solution. If you guys come together, the world will be a better place, right? So who are you? The next who question is, who is your target market? Now, before we get into this a little bit, you can see I have a lot of words on this slide. This is really, really important because essential oils are for everyone, right? This is something that is really big in network marketing in general, or direct sales, or MLM. Our product is for everyone, and that's true. And their dog, by the way. Everyone and their dog. So, so you really need to look at your target market as far as, and this is a terminology in online marketing. And so these are not terms that I've come up with myself. Some of them I think are a little bit harsh, but the reason why we need to look at who our target market is very specifically is because if you say, oh, my products are for everyone, I'm going to post for everyone, then you're shooting arrows into the dark and hoping they land on someone. And when it comes to online sales, but if you have a specific person in mind, so let's take that example we just gave you, someone with chronic digestive problems that need a solution, and they've already tried everything and they're ready for something new. Maybe that's your person. Then you really need to drill down and make sure that all of your posts that you post on social media are for that specific person. You can even give that person a name. We'll call her Mary. So what is Mary's age? What's her gender? Obviously we're going with Mary, so female. And what does she do for a living? Does she work? Is she a stay-at-home mom? What's your passion? Who do you want to serve? How many kids do they have? What kind of pets do they have? What types of food do they eat? What magazines do they look at? What social media platform are they on? If you're targeting someone who's 25, that person's not going to be on Facebook, guys. Very rarely. You're going to need to switch over to Instagram for those folks, guys. And Snapchat. Snapchat is like a big thing too. So who do they follow? What pages are they fans of? What sports do they follow? This is all really important when you're starting to do a targeted ad to get that one person that is a perfect fit for you. What are they afraid of? What keeps them up at night? What's the biggest opportunity they don't know exists yet? What do they want? And what do they need? Now, of course, we all know they need essential oils, right? But they don't even probably know about essential oils yet. Or if they do, they're not a part of your team yet. Maybe they need to be a part of your team. And they don't know that yet. So their wants are going to be different than their needs, right? And what we really need to target is their want. And then we'll get to what they need after that. But you need to get really, really specific, because otherwise you're going to be shooting blanks, basically. And it's not like we're trying to shoot people or anything like that, but we just want to attract the exact right person for us. For me, obviously, I want to attract people who have animals. And I have drilled down very specifically who that person is. And they have come to me, guys. So, who is your target market? If you have not done this yet, I want you to take some time and do this. This is the most important thing you can do when you're trying to build your business online. Figure this stuff out. Answer all of these questions. I hope you guys are taking note. Okay. The next question that we're going to ask is what? There's a couple of different what questions as well, right? So what are you offering? Is it something they want? Is it something they need? Do they know they need it? Are you offering a product, a kit, a starter kit, an opportunity, a business opportunity? Maybe you're offering them friendship or community. Maybe you're offering to be a part of something bigger. That's something that really, really hits home for a lot of people. They don't really care about the money, but they want to be a part of something bigger, something meaningful. And maybe you're offering something different. Maybe you're offering them more time with their family. It could be anything, but you need to think about specifically what you are offering them, again, so that the right person comes to you, and that you can find the right person, right? Be very specific. Again, the what needs to be very specific. Now, if you're just like posting stuff and it's about the product and it's about the opportunity and it's about the, the bigger picture and all of this stuff, your posting isn't very focused, and it gets kind of lost. People get lost. They're not really sure what you're offering even. So think about that. Your next what question is, what is your call to action? So what action do you want them to take when you post a post? Is the purpose of your post to get more likes, maybe more follows on your page? And each post can be a little bit different, right? Like I have different posts that are like, I want people to share this post, so I'm going to post this informational thing. Maybe you want them to join a learning opportunity. So you created an event and you want people to click on going to the event. Maybe your call to action is the business opportunity. Maybe you want them to buy a product. Maybe you want them to comment on your post. Post a GIF or GIF. So know specifically what your call to action is for each specific post. They should be doing something, and they have to know what they should be doing, right? So you can actually ask them to do something. Be very specific. Again, be very specific with these guys. So now we're going to move on to developing your brand. Newsflash, guys, you are the brand. So what makes you different? What makes you special? What makes you stand out from the rest? Why should they buy from you instead of someone else? What benefit do you bring to them that no one else can? And then what proof do you have to support what you're offering? We have this saying that facts tell, but stories sell. Proof is in the pudding. Testimonies are everything. Stories sell, guys. Okay, so what's your story? The next question you need to ask when you're developing your brand is, what is your vision? If you don't have a vision statement, develop a vision statement. It doesn't have to be difficult. It can be super easy. I'm creating a team of people that helps people with their health. You can use that one if you want. And be authentic. So when you're developing your brand online in particular, people need to know that you are you, that you aren't perfect. Don't try to be something you're not. People can always tell. And people will love you for you. It's okay to be vulnerable. So if you guys have been following me online for a while, you guys know that my dad passed away in November. It was a very hard time in my life. And I still went live. I like ugly cried in front of everyone, thousands of people. And that's okay. I got more engagement from those posts because I was authentic and I was vulnerable. And people appreciated that. I'm not saying you have to ugly cry in front of everyone, guys, but just be yourself. Be yourself. If you're hilarious, tell jokes. I mean, be yourself. And then finally, when you're developing your brand online, you need to show up. I cannot emphasize enough to go live, guys. Go live, go live, go live. I don't care if you're wearing makeup. I don't care if your hair's a mess. I don't care if your dog just pooped all over your hand. Like, go live. I mean, like, wash your hands before you touch your phone. But, like, seriously, go live. If you get nothing else out of this whole webinar, I want you guys to go live. It's scary at first, guys. I was terrified. But when you go live and you're consistent about it, people see who you are and they see your heart. They see how much you know. They see how serious you are, and they take you seriously. You can post facts about, and pictures all day long, but when you go live, people see the authentic you. And then be consistent about that. If you go live, you guys know I go live once a week on my business page every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm very consistent about it. Everybody knows when I'm going live, so they can catch me if they want. If they don't want to, that's cool too. They can watch the replay, no big deal. But be consistent about it. And if you're posting, on your Facebook page, try to post, once a day or so, once or twice a day. You don't have to go crazy and post like 5 posts a day. People don't have time to look through that stuff anyways. But if you're posting once a day or so, 4 or 5 times a week, that's a really good way to go. And that's true whether it's Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or anything. Snapchat people tend to post more, but yeah, any kind of platform, Twitter, LinkedIn. And then the last one is to engage. So particularly on Facebook or Instagram, you really want to comment and like people's comments. So if someone comments, comment on their comments, also like their comments. When you do likes, try to do the emoji likes instead of just the thumbs up like. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because with the algorithms that Facebook has in particular, those posts will get seen by more people that are already following you. If you have more comments, and it doesn't matter if you make them, and more likes. So the way that the algorithm is, that's the stuff that's going to get in front of people. So engage, show up. And that's your brand, guys. You're your brand. You don't have to have some fancy name or anything like that, or a logo even. Just be you. That's what people want anyways. All right, so you posted a bunch on your Facebook page, but before we start doing Facebook ads and things like that, you need to know how you're going to track your leads. So this is, again, a little bit of pre-work. Now, I'm going to have to tell you guys a little secret. I totally screw this up. I did not do this, and I had a whole bunch of leads that I never followed up on and I lost because I didn't have a tracking system. So please, please, please get this in place before you start doing a whole bunch of stuff online, and you're going to get a ton of leads. You're not going to know what to do with them. You're going to lose them, and you're going to lose business. Do not do what I did. Do what I'm telling you to do. So track your leads. Figure this out before you have a lot of leads. And the best way to do this is with the CRM, and there's a ton of them out there. I actually purchased about 7 of them, and CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management System. You have to find one that works for you. Now, like I said, I purchased 7 of them. I spent hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands, on these CRMs that I couldn't figure out, and I didn't put all my people in, and I totally lost a whole bunch of people. I was like, I have a CRM, why isn't it working? Well, it's because I wasn't using it. So find one that works for you. For me, I use Streak. I finally found Streak. Streak is actually free. It is already integrated to Gmail. It works really well with Google Sheets and like Google Drive, all the Google stuff. And if you need some training on CRMs, I cannot highly recommend enough Drive Performance Coaching. Jenna Larson's my coach. She step by step taught me how to develop my pipeline and enter people into it, make sure they're in the right spot, and how to work that system as well. So what to say when to call them, what to say, when to email them, developing some outlines. She is incredible and worth every single penny. So that's her website right there. I also posted it. If that's for you, and that's the next step you need to do, go connect with her. She does free 60-minute consultation as well to figure out what the best course of action is for you at this time. This is just going to help you serve your customers well and keep that ongoing, authentic relationship going. Ultimately, that's what we want to do. We want to serve our customers well. We want to serve our prospects well and make sure that they're making the right decision for them. And if we serve our customers well, they will continue to purchase, and then we'll have that awesome residual income that we were all looking for, right? So you've got your CRM all set up. Now we're going to start getting new leads, right? Now, there is a ton of training on this stuff, and I posted some of it right there. But what you can do for getting new leads, there's a ton of stuff you can do. So you can actually post organically and get traffic that way. So just do a post. You can share it on, if you have a fan page, do it on your fan page and on your personal page. If you don't have a business page, that's okay. I actually don't recommend doing a business page. You can either do a group, a private group, or a fan page. So those would be what I would recommend. If I had to do it over again, I would do a fan page personally, because you have a little bit more control over that. And when it comes to Facebook anyways. So you can do a post, you can boost that post. And now some of this stuff, as far as generating new leads, you're going to have to be thinking about what kind of budget you have per month for this. All right, boosted posts, sponsored posts, funnels, all this stuff costs money. And you need to invest in your business in order to get those leads, and then you'll need to do something with those leads in order to have them order essential oils or join your business opportunity or whatever the case may be. So Facebook ads is a great way to do it. I do almost exclusively boosted posts right now because they're highly effective for me. And you can actually go into your ad manager in Facebook and track your statistics. That's a lot of math. That's a lot of different stuff. I'm not going to get into that today. And you can also do Instagram sponsored posts from Facebook as well. So super great way to do it. I've done both of those really, really successfully. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. It can be $5 a day and still be highly successful if you're targeting the right people. That goes back to your who. You need to know what they're looking at. You need to know who they're following. You need to know what kind of sports they like. All that fun stuff. Because that is how you're going to get your ad in front of the right people so that they'll click on it and the right people will come to you. So get a little bit of a budget going for this. Don't spend a ton of money at first because you're going to have to play around with it and see what works best for you. And then there's also funnels like ClickFunnels and things like that, which gets a little bit trickier. And if you're not really familiar with any of this stuff, I really recommend joining the Elite Marketing Pro VIP membership. This is what I'm doing right now. If you're with doTERRA and you want to work with me on this kind of stuff, if you do the VIP membership through me, I am an affiliate of this program, then I'll work with you. It is a little bit expensive. It's a little expensive. It's a couple $1,000s, but you get a funneling system that's already built into the system. You get your own blog page that you can put your own stuff on and work your capture pages through. So people will click on it. You'll be able to get their email and their name and their phone number, and so that you can contact them. Because when people are just liking and commenting, you get their Facebook information, but you're not getting their email or their phone number, guys. And so in order to really connect with those people, you really need to have a capture page. And through the VIP membership, you get to build all of those. You can do all that. You can actually build a whole funnel in like 7 to 10 minutes using their system. It's super easy, super user-friendly. Not a technical person, and I can do it. So, and if you're like, oh, I don't know if I just want to jump into that VIP membership, Dr. Roark, I totally understand. I didn't want to do it either. I started with a 10-day boot camp, which is free. Just know that with the 10-day boot camp, they are going to upsell you or try to upsell you into the attraction marketing formula, which is good. The Elite Marketing Pro, which is about $297, and then the VIP, which like I said, is a couple $1,000s. So there's the links for those. I also have that posted. Figure out which is going to be the best for you, and then go that route as far as training into those types of things, or you can just try it and do trial and error and see what works. I do recommend the training though, so you don't end up spending $500 and not getting any clicks or likes or links or people's information, which is what you really need to be able to have a sales conversation with them, to explain to them why they need essential oils in their life and they need you in their life as well. All right, so once you get all those leads, they're in your CRM. Now you have to follow up, right? So put them in your CRM, schedule times to reach out to them. You can do Facebook Messenger, you can text them, you can call, you can email. Once you get all their information, you can find out how they like to talk the best, and then go from there. Texting works really, really well because you usually get about an 80% response rate with text these days. Again, that depends on your target market too. If you have if your target market's over 45, calling works really, really well as well. And then continue to nurture that relationship, whether they're a prospect or they've already enrolled or bought some oils from you, because you want to provide that excellent customer service and education. And through the Elite Marketing Pro VIP program, you can actually automate it after a certain point. I don't recommend starting out that way because you want to get a feel for how it's going to work and what works and what doesn't first, but you can absolutely automate it with your CRM if you're using Streak and with the Elite Marketing Pro VIP. So make sure you follow up with them. Follow up. You still have to follow up. All right, so wrapping it up, these are the things that we talked about today. So is growing your business online really for you? Make sure you answer those. We went over what questions to ask and answer before you get started. Know your why, know your who you are and who you are trying to attract, and then know your what, as well as developing your brand. We went over tracking leads. We went over generating new leads and different ways you can do that, and then following up and the specific ways to do that as well. So now I'm going to leave the floor open for questions. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and post them. And I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen share.